Here we are, live from Florida. It's alligator time. Oh, yeah, it's gator time. Oh, yeah, it's gator time. Gotta come up with a Gator Crusader theme song. It's a Gator Crusader. Thanks for watching. Hey, Bobby! How are you, my buddy? Thanks. Oh, man, we have a special guest here today. Bobby! I gotta write to you. I've come up with all these crazy ideas, and I'm always saying Bobby and Johnny would love these ideas. Oh, I gotta tell you, Bobby, you know how, like, we did a lot of stuff with Ted DiBiase. He was even my manager for several matches. I actually got a chance. Oh, I'm always with you, Bobby. Oh, and my mom's watching too. Hey, Mom. I mean, I used to email Ted DiBiase relatively regularly. Well, there was a pro wrestler meetup, and I went up and shook his hand and thought he'd remember me. He had no freaking clue who I was. Hola, mama. My mom is a former Spanish teacher, so if anybody wants to write anything in Spanish, wait, let's see. We'll make this a bilingual podcast, or whatever we call this. Mi madre es profesora de español en la escuela. Yeah, he must have a bad memory. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't make the impression on Ted DiBiase I thought we did. Like, we used to email all the time. Like, there was a year-long period where we probably emailed 2 or 3 times a day back and forth to each other. And I thought, you know, I reminded him that I had the step stool, Mr. Pretty Good, and he looked like he had never heard that character in his entire life. It was a little deflating because, you know, I was telling all my buddies, oh yeah, Ted DiBiase, we're best buds from way back. He even managed me a few times and blah, 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 blah. And I go shake his hand. And he's just looking at me, and I'm trying to say, you know, I'm buddies with Bobby and Johnny. And he's like, yeah, I know those guys. But he had no freaking clue who I was. So that was kind of fun. Oh, I am definitely looking different today. I just came back from doing a video. He gets caught up, does the gig, then moves on. Yeah, I mean, I get it. How many wrestlers has he met in his career? 100 million billion. I get it. I really honestly do. It was just, I figured we had so much contact, he would kind of, maybe, like this much, a little bit remember? But no, he had no clue. Mr. Pretty Good was like, it was like the first time he ever heard those words. Oh, well. I don't know, it makes me kind of laugh. And it's definitely humbling. It's a humbling experience. Teaches you just when you think you're super awesome great. See, I thought I was more than pretty good. I thought I was super awesome great. But apparently I am indeed just pretty good. It's all right. He's had a lot of chair shots and stuff. I get it. There's a lot of things I don't remember. But I definitely remember you and Johnny. We got to have that rematch. Oh, and today, for everybody waiting to see me, I am actually in a character today. This is not how I normally look, but I was just doing a hello video to Steve Kern, my old buddy. Oh, yeah, that match was awesome, Bobby. Awesome. I still got to get a copy of it. I'll put that on YouTube. I'll put it all over the place. I figure if any kids are watching, I do live streaming almost every day or every other day, and I figure the kids see the same little short weird dude every day, so let's give them a fun character to watch. So I was just out on the alligator island. This is kind of my Skinner outfit, kind of. I know it's not great, but hey, Steve Kern and I, anybody who knows wrestling, Steve Kern, he used to be called Skinner. He did pro wrestling, and he also kind of had an alligator gimmick. When I wrestled, I didn't do any kind of alligator gimmick. The alligator gimmick is my real life thing. All right, see you later, Bobby. It's awesome seeing you. So Kern and I, we always kind of mess with each other like, I'm the alligator pro wrestler. And he's like, no, I'm the alligator pro wrestler. So I was just out there doing a little, I guess, promo, you could say, talking to Steve in my cool outfit. And I'm like, shoot, I'll go live wearing this thing. All the kids watching, they'll get a kick out of it. Do you like my hair? See, I'm telling you, now that we're social distancing, I really need to get a haircut. Can you believe how much this thing is growing? Before we social distance, holy cow, it was like a normal cut. Once again, thank you to everybody watching. Normally, I'm not in this outfit, but I was just doing a silly video for my old pro wrestling teacher, Steve Kern, and I'm like, let's keep it on. Put a little pizzazz into the live stream, a little theater, if you will. Uh-oh, got a fight right below us. I think I missed it. Come on, guys, if you're gonna fight, let me know ahead of time so we can get it on live. All right. I'm trying to set up my fancy little camera on a tripod so you can get the best look. I'm gonna go out there and feed some of the alligators, and I figure, like I said, any kids watching, they'll be like, what the heck? Look at that crazy guy in a silly outfit. Oh, I got George right below me. George is one of my favorite alligators. If you've been watching the live stream a lot, you'll notice I do mention the name George all the time. He's the biggest one in here, but he's also one of the friendliest. All right. Normally I stall. Normally I don't go right into the alligator pen. I make you wait a little bit. But right now there's only 2 people watching. Now who knows who's going to watch this later? But for right now there's only 2. You 2 are going to, 3, ding, ding, ding. You're going to get something special. Live. Me in a ridiculous outfit going inside and feeding the alligators. Now keep in mind this is live. Hopefully nothing happens, but if it does, you get to see it. All right, let's see. I wasn't able to check any messages, so let's see. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to check messages. You probably thought you were going to watch me get eaten live. Well, you're not that lucky. I didn't get eaten yet. And yes, I am dressed a little normal. Yeah, my mom is like, you better be careful down there. Don't worry, I'm being extra careful. Here's the thing. Right now, I am here by myself. Obviously, we are in worldwide quarantine. The only reason I even leave my house is to come here and take care of the alligators. Plus, I do it for free. They decided they can't afford to pay me. So I get in my car into this scary, germ-infested world. It is a little scary. Come here, clean the alligators' water, feed them, make sure they're okay. We are getting into mating season, so there's a lot of fighting. Oh, I bet with it being mating season, they love my look today. The gators are probably like, oh yeah. So I have to clean sometimes their injuries, break up fights, clean poo, all that fun stuff. And I'm doing it for free. But I love these alligators. For everybody who's like new to watching or maybe hasn't seen me since high school, yes, this is an outfit, a costume. I've done a lot of live streams as my normal self, but to me, normal is boring, so why not put a little action, adventure, and theater into it? By the way, I did ask on Facebook today if anybody had any questions. If you do have alligator questions, I realize sometimes I get off on tangents, I put on costumes, I sing songs, and there may be kids watching that's like, but I have this question about an alligator. Have you ever been bit? Or what's your worst bite? Or blah, blah, blah. If you have any questions, I don't want you to just watch. Feel free to ask away, ask questions. And like I said, I was just doing a fun video for my old pro wrestling teacher. And I've also done a lot of live streams, just as regular old Michael. I figured it was time to spice it up a little. Anybody that truly hasn't seen me since high school, I'm sure the costume does not surprise you. This alligator's kind of got a cool name. Her name is Elizabeth. Every time I feed her, I talk to her in the voice of the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Anybody remember the old Macho Man? He did Slim Jim commercials. He was like, ooh, yeah, can you dig it? So the rest of the gators, when they hear me talk in that Macho Man voice, they kind of just leave me alone. But when Elizabeth hears it, she knows that's her secret signal. So believe it or not, I really do train these alligators. Some people think alligators can't be trained, but you'll see they definitely do know their names. Once again, hello to everybody. I'm not quite sure what happened, but man, with all of this social distancing, I'm not allowed to go to... Sean's grandma is named Elizabeth. Well, shoot. Maybe when I don't know what to do right now. This is a conflict. There's an alligator taking a big old poo right now on the island. Oh, it's a big juicy turd. Half of me wants to show it because I think it would be really interesting content. But the other half is like, it is so gross. I'm not in Pinellas right now. Right now I am in Orlando, but I'm actually thinking of moving back to Pinellas quite soon. Oh man, now she's sitting on the turd. She literally is sitting, oh, granddaughter. Oh, well, your granddaughter Elizabeth the Gator just did a big old turd on the island. I'm glad I didn't show it. It was pretty bad. Right now she's sitting on it, so it's all like smushy and gross. This is definitely not the content I had planned originally when I came in. I also didn't plan on wearing this super awesome outfit, but hey, sometimes weird things happen. I would love it for somebody who doesn't know me very well to tune in. Everyone who knows me pretty well, they're just like, yeah, that's Michael, whatever. The people who don't know me, they're like, what the heck? Yeah, well, I'm telling you, with social distancing, my hair used to be short, but we're not allowed to go. If I move, can I take Chewy with me? Probably not. But every time I go to an alligator pen, I name one of the gators Chewy. So it's kind of my standard name for every alligator. In fact, this Chewy is probably like the 5th alligator I've named Chewy. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if you guys could see anything. Here we go. Da, 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 da. Hey, Jen. Oh. My old buddy Jen is watching. How are you today? I kind of let myself go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's another fight right below me. But I figure everybody's seen my ugly old face enough times on this old Facebook Live. We're gonna do different characters. Maybe, if everybody's really good, we'll put on like a Guns N' Roses headband and we'll sing like, we'll all sing together, Living on a Prayer, to like finish off the show. All right, but let's get it off my weird face for a little bit. I always tell everybody alligators know their names, they can be trained. Plus, if I get eaten live, this is the coolest costume to be eaten in. And we made it. Hey, Brian. Okay, it's a little hot out in the sun. If Brian is watching, yes, I'm wearing a silly outfit today. My hair did not grow that long. Okay, but we got a special treat. Brian, who's watching, you like the outfit, Brian? Brian, who's watching, is a Special Olympics athlete. So I think that is super cool. Let's see if we can turn the camera back around. Last time Brian said he was on Team Fish, so I specifically came to the fish so Brian could see. But yeah, that's right. For everybody watching, we have a Special Olympic star. I am really proud of Brian. Have you played mini golf? I have not played mini golf. When I come here, I basically just feed the animals. Oh, this hair is looking lovely. I just feed the animals, kind of get it over with as quick as possible, and leave. Hey, Katie. Did you see me almost get eaten live on Facebook? That was some theater. Okay, let's get back to the fish because my buddy Brian... Like I said, for anybody just tuning in, I've got a friend of mine who competes in the Special Olympics. How awesome is that? He's a Special Olympian. And he always likes to watch the fish eat. So we'll get back to the gators in just a second. Hey, we got Alec watching. But because my Special Olympic friend is watching, let's give the fish some food, because I know my buddy Brian is on Team Fish. There we go. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day to be neighbors. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? Yeah, the gators probably would watch me play mini golf. Although I'm so bad at mini golf, they would probably make fun of me. George the gator would be like, "Did you see that swing? That was terrible." I've always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with who? With you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Yeah, the gators would definitely. I think the gators laugh at me all the time. I think when I show up in outfits like this, when I walk away, the alligators are like, "What the heck was he wearing?" So hey, if I can make a kid watching laugh, if I can make an alligator laugh, at least somebody's smiling. Together forever we always will say, "Oh, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?" Thanks, Brian. I'm glad you think it's funny. All right, now, oh, it's still hot. This outfit is really hot. All right, I'll give everybody one last look at the funny Florida man character who almost just got eaten by alligators on live Facebook. I'm telling you, if you just tuned in now, go back once I upload this and watch again. Anyone who is just watching, I literally just came inches away from getting eaten by a gator live. So hey, let's go back to the gator pen. But I am probably going to change. Yes, I did hear about all the WWE stars being released. That was super, super sad. Especially when WWE all week long has been saying, "We're a family. They need to make us in a wig and hat." What are you talking about, Jeremy? This is how this is my new style. This is how I dress now. You like my cool shirt? I think it's got one or two holes in it. But since we've been social distancing, we're not allowed to cut your hair. I tried cutting it myself, but it didn't turn out right. So this is just my new look. Thank you for saying that, Katie. Truly, it is scary being out with alligators. And, I mean, every time... Oh, did you see that? I kind of almost touched my eye. I tried not to. Trying to set a good example, but the sweat is just pouring. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. I think it's looking very, very nice. But I'm going to go do something that I think most of the kids will like. And I may have to take off some of the hotter parts of the outfit. Hey, can you say hi to everybody? My cousin is watching. Can you say hi? Say hi to Jeremy. I've got kind of an interesting thing. Jeremy, who is watching, is like a double cousin of mine. Although in this outfit, he probably would not admit it. He's like, that guy is not related to me. Yes, Jeremy, you are related to me. You are. But what's kind of cool... Can you save the golf balls for me? I'll save a ball for you, sure. No problem. I'm going to take off my hat. And you see, I do have a cool little Avengers backpack. Oh, it's so hot. And speaking of Avengers, if anybody out there watching likes the Avengers, we're going to go do a fun little alligator training thing. Holy cow. All right, there's one button doesn't want to come unbuttoned. I'm about to just rip it because it's that hot out. There we go. I'll definitely save a ball for you. But yeah, it was sad. If you just tuned in, Brian, my buddy there, is a Special Olympics athlete. What do you do? You're in football and basketball? Am I going to show Mr. Chomper? I will probably show Mr. Chomper. A lot depends on how much R.I.P. Tony. Oh, great. Spoilers. Just kidding. I'm pretty sure if you... Oh, look at my hair now. I'm pretty sure if you like Avengers at all, you've definitely seen Endgame. But for everybody who likes the Avengers, remember I said I like to train my alligators. Many people think alligators aren't smart enough to be trained, but you just saw when they look, they're still in the circle like, when's he coming back? We're gonna eat them. So once again, if you missed it earlier, imagine my dinky little body standing right there in the middle and all the gators surrounding. So you got to go back and watch that. But I'm going to show you something pretty cool. Like I said, I've actually trained these gators. They don't just know their name. Actually, when I get in that boat, I do get in the boat, in the water. Brian is on Team Captain America. I've always kind of loved Thor. So we all have our own little favorites. I like Tony Stark. In fact, here is a funny story. My ex-wife is like, you are exactly like Tony Stark. You are super sarcastic. You don't remember the little things. So I'm like, I guess. Remember in the one movie when he got Pepper strawberries? And she's like, I'm allergic to strawberries. And he's like, oh, I knew there was something about strawberries in you. That is pretty much me. And the sarcasm for sure. But anyways, I can get in that boat, go in the water, and I've actually taught the gators to push me around the lake. I'll give them a command, push, and bam, they'll push me, dick, 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 dick. Oh, we got someone who likes Hulk. Okay, so, Hulk smash. So obviously we do have some Avenger fans here watching. That makes me happy. I got some weird paint on my arm. I have no idea where that came from. That's kind of weird. Let's see if they're hungry down here. Oh, they are definitely some hungry alligators. Dwight's moving around up there. So not only have I taught the alligators when I get in that boat, I look like Happy. Happy's one of my favorite characters. Especially, Brian, did you see Spider-Man Far From Home? It came out last year. I thought Happy was so awesome in that. When he came and saved Spider-Man and he kind of challenged him. And he's like, you're miles away from home. You have no one to help you. You're out of tech. What are you gonna do? And he just, I don't know. I thought he was awesome in that Spider-Man. Okay, so not only have I trained the gators to push me in the boat, not only have I trained them by their name, but if you look at this rock, notice how there are no alligators around it. See? I will stand on that rock and yell out, alligators, assemble! Black Widow is awesome. Her new movie looks pretty darn good. So I'll stand on that rock, yell, alligators, assemble, and just like the Avengers assembling, they all show up within like a minute or two. So, for anybody who is like a little Avengers fan, hold on. Gotta give me a second, because I got the small legs, gotta climb over. So keep in mind, I am gonna be on that teeny rock. So when you see me surrounded by the alligators, keep in mind, that is all I've got. I will be surrounded by the gators. Oh, Katie, you got a special Olympian saying hello to you. How cool is that? And for an extra prop, I have my Thor hammer. Okay. So, I got my Thor hammer. I'm going to take my earpiece out because I yell it really loud. And let's see if my alligators will assemble for me. Avenger, look at that guy. He's getting in the water. Do I have alligator? Assemble! Do I have alligator Avengers or what? Good job. Good assemble. Good assemble. And remember, I am on this little teeny rock, no smaller than that. Oh, look at that. George is about, here's my feet. There's George. George! George, get your head up. Head up. Oh my goodness. If I fall in right now. Oh, Heather's watching. I can't fall in right now. Groot, head up. Good boy. So as you can see, 1 minute ago, do you remember, there were no alligators at this rock. None. Then I lifted up my little hammer, I yelled, alligators assemble, and they truly did assemble. Mirror, that's pretty close. Oh, we got Mac over here. Look at this guy, he's sneaking up. Look, there's my feet. You probably can't. I took my earpiece out, so I don't know, we might have lost audio. I tried to take it out, put it back in. Thor Ragnarok is super awesome. Can anybody hear me again now that I've put the earpiece back in? If you can, give me a alligators assemble. Holy shoot, poop. Okay, awesome. Oh man, you do not know how George... Oh, I am going to get eaten on this live stream for sure. Tune in, everybody, because this may be my last one. Like I said, there's my foot. There's George. George, are you going to eat me? Holy crap! All right. So, okay. So, like I said, there were 0 alligators sitting here. And within less than a minute or two, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We got Stinker over there. Okay. 17 out of 19. Hey, Brian says hello. Whoa, that was close to my fingers. Here's Chewy. I know Chewy has a fan watching right now. There you go. This is Edward. Edward, head up. Dun, 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 dun. See, they were just like Avengers. So anybody watching, whoa, that's Hercules. You like that, Jeremy? Isn't that pretty cool? This is Groot, who is an actual Avenger. I am Groot. There you go. Anybody who has seen my famous video where my rope swing broke, I was actually swinging from right there over the gators that were right here. I haven't worked on the bridge training very much, but we can today. Heather, I named him Edward because I first named him back when... Hold on. If I'm going to get eaten, let's get my face in it. If I'm going to get eaten, let's get my face so you can see the pain and agony of me being swallowed. Holy cow. So close. Okay. I've got George right down there sneaking up on me. As you can see, I am on a very, very teeny tiny rock. So when I'm surrounded, you can't quite tell how crazy. Look, George is coming to get a closer look. Okay, hold on. Let's turn it around so you can see the handsome ones. George, you're so handsome. I actually don't have one named Hulk. At another alligator place that I sometimes volunteer at, I've got one named Hulk there. But I've always pictured trying to sell shirts and merchandise like Team Chewy, Team George, Team different things. And I know the Incredible Hulk people are real weird about using their name. Hey, Mrs. Viet. Okay, so like I said, when I had the rope swing break, whoa, and I fell in the water, the rope was right here. I was trying to swing over here, but look, I fell on these gators right here. Look at what normally happens when something hits the water. When I hit the water, they should have done that. That is what should have happened to me. But you see, I am doing this live stream, and last I heard, ghosts cannot do live streams, so somehow I survived it. But look how aggressive they are right here. But yes, back to my... Look at George just patiently waiting. George is like, stop talking and feed me. George, head up. Woohoo. This is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, head up. Yeah, we're going to the danger zone. But if you look, here's Edward right here. Edward, head up. See his two little teeth? His two bottom teeth stick out like a vampire. And I named him back when the whole Twilight thing was the big craze. And everyone's like, he looks like a vampire gator. So this is Edward Cullen, the alligator. Edward! There you go. See how sparkly he is? There's Mac. Hold on. I'm trying to survive this. It's actually really hard trying to hold the camera, feed the alligators. Whoa! He almost swallowed the dang camera. That would have been kind of awesome, but kind of sad. Because during this time and age, I imagine it'd be really hard to get a camera replaced. So there's Edward right there. You can see how his two bottom teeth stick out. That's Hercules. That's one of the strongest alligators I've ever worked with. One time, 4 of us were carrying him. He knocked us all over like bowling pins. We've got Groot. I am Groot. Good boy. This is Jericho. This is Godzilla. Godzilla is the king of the pen. Stinker. We've got Bucky. Bucky's the guy that almost... That would have been a cool ending to the video. Although my mom would have been like frantically texting, "Are you all right? Was that just theater? Or was that for real?" And if the camera's in the belly of the gator, I would not be able to text back, would I, George? Good boy. Oh, here's Cena the gator. Dun, 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 dun. John Cena. You'll notice most of the gators, you can kind of tell my likes and dislikes by the names of these alligators. Except for Edward. Don't get me wrong, I am not a big Twilight fan. But I figured it would make me look, what is it called? Cool to the girls. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, he's sympathetic. He knows Twilight." So that one was just a way to get some brownie points with the women. Sensitive. It's really hard to think of words when you are surrounded by alligators. Like, normally I could come up with the word sensitive in a heartbeat, but when this is what you're looking down at, and your feet are right here, it's really hard. So, Edward the Gator is just to prove to women that I'm sensitive. And that, oh, he knows Twilight. He must be a romantic. Ha 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 ha. Did it work? Alright. I'm not sure if my mom's still watching, but it did indeed work with a couple women. They were like, "Oh, he knows Twilight." And of course I had to Wikipedia search what the thing was all about so I could answer questions. And I'm like, "Yeah, can you believe when Jacob turned into a dog and stuff?" So it did work, but you shouldn't treat women that way. Give them respect. Give them respect. Yes, so it had worked, but besides Edward, the alligator, to prove that I'm sensitive and a romantic. Am I romantic, Edward? Oh, well, yes. The other gators, you can pretty much tell my likes and dislikes by their names. I've got Jericho, Cena, all named after wrestlers. I also have one named Omega, named after a wrestler. Here's Omega. I've got some, they're either going to be named after Star Wars, pro wrestling, or maybe the Avengers. Those are usually the three alligators names that you'll come up with. Occasionally I'll give other ones just to be funny, like Stinker. He's always a stinker. He's almost eaten me like 100 times. So he was originally named something a little dirtier than that, because I was always running away from him. I'm like, "You little boop, boop, boop." And I'm like, well, I can't call him that in front of people. So he is Stinker. Elizabeth. Good girl. And there's Cena over here. Dun, 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 dun. Who else? Godzilla is the king of the pen. So he had to get that name. Ooh, Groot is coming awfully frickin'. That is like almost touching my toes. Head up. Head up. Good boy. Good boy. But like I said, if you watch, this is what honestly, holy crap, holy. Somebody hit their head on the... That's what should have happened to me when I fell in the water. At this area right here, I train the alligators to leap and jump at anything that hits the water. That's what they're trained to do. So when I got on that swing and I fell down right here, these gators have been trained to attack at this area. So I thought for sure I wasn't going to make it. And if you're like, "What are you talking about?" Definitely YouTube search "guy falls in water with alligators." That video has had millions upon millions of views. It even got me named Florida Man of the Year by a Orlando news station, which is kind of a joke title, but I think I might be able to get some commercials. and product sponsorships and all kinds of cool stuff after being known as Florida Man of the Year. Heather, we're gonna have to get your brother working on that, getting me some promotion. All right, so like I said, so if you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. Man falls in water with alligators. By the way, if you're watching, you better go to YouTube and subscribe to the Gator Crusader. It definitely helps me out. But right here is where I fell on top of all those alligators. I was swinging on a rope. Obviously, I've put up a new rope. Most people are like, are you kidding me? After falling on top of 13 alligators, you put up a new rope? But yes, I have. And like I said, normally, that's what happens when you fall in. It is just chomp, 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 chomp. Somehow I survived. Maybe it was to do this live stream for you here. Second nephew, I guess it's called. Oh, are you trying to figure out what... Okay, Jeremy and I call us double cousins. Because my mom's sister married my dad's brother. So, like, you know how, like, cousins, you usually only have one set of grandparents. Nah, not second cousin, because we're more than that. Usually when you have a cousin, you only have one set of grandparents that are the same. Because picture that. Think about it again. My mom's sister married my dad's brother. So like when we would go to family gatherings, I would see Jeremy at one set of grandparents. Then we'd go to the next set of grandparents and kaboom, there's Jeremy again. So we are like double cousins. I think that makes us almost more like brothers, probably DNA-wise. Although Jeremy probably would not want to admit being that close to me. He's like, no, I am no way near brothers of that weird dude. Here's Edward again. He must be proud that I was talking about him. Here you go. Georgie! Holy crap, holy! Georgie almost ate me. Right in front of my cousin brother thing, whatever he is. Head up. Head up. Holy crap, that was scary. All right, so I'm kind of surprised nobody has eaten my Thor hammer yet. I might kind of toss it over here, keep it on the safe side. This is Mac. Oh, your son. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Your son might be a double nephew? Double second cousin, maybe? Because I don't think he's my nephew. He would be my... Holy crap. I don't know. I am but a mere alligator man. I know not the techniques of genealogy. Somebody watching who's... Oh, he wants to know how to tell the boys from the girls. Are you a boy? George, head up. If they have a boy name, second cousin, probably because you would be first cousins. Yeah, maybe you're my double second cousin. There has to be some kind of double in there. Holy crap, we're walking over the gators. That was close. Look, they're all like, oh, he went to another rock. How do you tell the boys from the girls? All right. I'm going to make this family friendly, I think. Everybody thinks this job is glamorous. Oh, you get to work with gators like the crocodile hunter. You have such sexy blue eyes. I don't know who says that but me, but anyways, I've heard it said before. Maybe it was me in the mirror. People talk about your smoldering eyes. I've been on the Steve Harvey show. I've been on Animal Planet. I've been on Good Morning America. I've been on Good Morning Britain. And I've been on Good Morning Japan. I've been on Discovery Channel, a Netflix special. So it seems like this job is glamorous. But there are parts that are very Not glamorous. Alligators do not have their parts hanging out. So to be able to tell the difference between a boy and girl, you have to catch one, turn it over. I'm sorry, gators, they don't like when I talk about this, but it's true. Turn them over, take your 2 fingers, stick inside, and see if you can find a luggage handle. If you can find a little handle, then it's a boy. If you don't find anything, probably it's a girl. But sometimes when you put your fingers in there, the alligators get kind of nervous and whoop, kind of suck everything up. So there have been many times we thought we had a girl. Then a couple years later, we checked them again and oops, it's a boy. So it's kind of dirty. It's kind of gross. And that just goes to show you alligator training isn't all cool and fun. What have you been doing throughout the quarantine when you're not with the gators? Basically, I go home. While I'm here, I videotape videos for my YouTube page. So I make YouTube videos. I try to contact agents about, hey, would you like to have a commercial with cool alligators and an alligator trainer? I have a friend of mine in New York who does like a Mr. Rogers kind of show and keeps wanting me to do informational videos for his kids. A lot of YouTube video making, a lot. I've also been watching a lot of YouTube tutorials, so I thought I would have a lot of extra free time, but by the end of the day, literally, it's all just editing alligator videos. I'm also trying to work on a few alligator books as well. So it's pretty much alligator videos, YouTube videos, contacting TV producers, contacting agents, trying to write a book, and occasionally dancing around in my underwear just to entertain myself. It's pretty much, I think that's most of it. Right, George? Good boy. But yeah, I don't seem to have a lot of free time. Calling my mom, that's right. Sometimes calling my mom and dancing around in my underwear simultaneously, but she doesn't know because it's just the phone. Good boy, head up. But that does lead me to quick plug. Definitely go to YouTube and subscribe to the Gator Crusader. It's easy to remember. It's the Gator Crusader. All right. It is a mission to get my mom to say ew. Because think about it, she was born and raised with me. If anybody understands how weird I am, she does. So if I can even get my mom to be a teeny bit grossed out, I did my job. Job well done. Look at them all just waiting. They're like, he's gonna fall in. Whoa! Just hope I didn't scare anybody. Just kidding. But yes, we honestly just put this bridge up. Kate was asking about this recently. This is a new bridge, and the idea is I'm gonna run across the bridge, dun 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 dun, and I'm trying to train the alligators to chomp at the bridge, so that way it looks cool. Like, oh no, look at him running by, and the gators are almost eating his feet. So we'll give you a little training demonstration. This is how I try to get the alligators to chomp at the bridge. You can already see some of them have bitten it. We got Cena here. So what I do is I tell the gators, bridge. And every time they touch the bridge, I give them some food. Edward, bridge. Good boy. See how he touches it and then he gets fed. Bridge. Oh, good job. And you see they've already learned. Family in Orlando, you're looking at them right there. You're my family in Orlando. Edward, bridge. Oh, good job. So you can see, this is only maybe the third or fourth time I've done it. These alligators have already learned, look at them, to touch the bridge. Target. Dwight, target. Target. And the second he touches the bridge, he'll get a treat. Right now there's a gator under him. Oh, good job. Good job. Target. Look, George touched the bridge. George, head up. Oops. There you go. So you can see, if you use the right training techniques, and here's the thing. Oh, good job, Bucky. Oh, look at George. He's like, Dad, I am totally touching the bridge. Where's my treat? George, try it again, handsome. I didn't see it. Oh, good touch. Good target. So this is how I teach them stuff like Avengers assemble. And I teach them how to attack the bridge so I can be like, woo! Oh, look at him. He's already learning to eat the bridge. Good job. Good job. But you have to be very consistent. Like if you notice a few seconds ago, I asked Dwight to target, and he's just sitting there like, Dad, feed me. Oh, good job. Good jobs. Like everything in you wants to feed the gator, but you can only feed them when they actually do the target. So if you're consistent with the feeding, good job. And you know what you're doing, you can train a gator to do just about anything. All right. Good boys. Good boys. Once again, yes, I am in Orlando. Hey, we got Harrison. Harrison used to work at this place. Harrison, oh, I don't know. I want to give your YouTube site a shout out, but maybe you don't want people to know your identity. So, I don't know. What do you want? George is right here. George, head up. Say hi to Harrison. Head up. Good boy. George is right there. Remember earlier when I first came on, and I was telling you if you watch my show a lot, you're going to learn to love George. You see, Harrison used to work here, and the first thing he asks is, where's George? Everybody loves George. So George is super popular. Mac, my buddy over here. Mac, I do a lot of my YouTube videos with. Mac, head up. Mac, head up. Good job. George, remember Harrison? Yeah, you always wanted to eat Harrison. Did you want to eat Harrison? Yes, you did. Good boy. We got Bucky over here. Bucky, say hi. We just did the Avengers assemble on the rock over there. We got Groot back here behind me. Groot, head up. Good boy. We got one or two. Remember, I always like to say alligators have personalities just like people do. Just like there's people who hang out together and stay in the group. And then there's always one person who's just kind of a loner. So I always say it's pretty fun because you get to kind of people associate with different alligators. Like George is really gentle. So some people are like, oh, I'm big, I'm gentle, I associate with George. Some people are loners, just like Scar is over there. So they're like, oh, I can associate with Scar. I kind of like hanging out by myself too. But I always like to make sure even the loner alligators get fed. Scar, come here, handsome. You a loner today, Scar? Head up. Good boy. I call him Scar because if there's ever a fight in the pen, it's always between Scar and someone else. He always has scars all over him. He doesn't win very many of the fights. In fact, he loses almost all of them. But that doesn't stop him. It's kind of like an old guy in the bar who's like, "Oh, take on anybody," and he gets beat up. And then the next night you see him back in the bar and he's like, "Oh, take on anybody." Mufasa would be the king of the pen. The king of the pen is Godzilla, right back here. This would be my Mufasa. Head up. There we go. So he's the king of the pen. He's like Mufasa. Although, I have noticed lately, Mac has been challenging. See how he's got that scar on his face? For years and years, nobody had been challenging Godzilla. He was the king of the pen, no questions, no problems. But lately, in the last, I don't know, it's almost like since, like the park is empty. Isn't that weird looking, Harrison, to see no one here? No one's at Magical Midway, no music is playing. The alligators, by the way, love it with no one here. They are 10 times more calm because sometimes people do nasty things like throw balls at them or throw rocks at them or spit at them. Since there have been no people here, the alligators act 100% cooler with me. Our relationship has gotten 10 times better. Right? We love each other, right, guys? Yeah, somebody's like, "I love you." Did you already feed the babies? Harrison. Yeah, Harrison. Harrison loved the snake that we had here. The babies, I'm cleaning their pen today. I have fed them on prior live streams. So just go on my Facebook and look for 1 or 2 back and you'll see the babies got fed. But yeah, you can see Mac has been trying to challenge Godzilla for the king of the pen position, which surprised me because Mac normally isn't all that aggressive, but something about him, he must have heard. Oh, here I am going across the bridge of doom. If anybody ever asks who my favorite alligator is, I usually say Mac. Mac must have heard me say that and gotten like a big head about it, because now all of a sudden he's trying to challenge for the alpha position. And he generally was pretty calm and cool before that. All right, Godzilla's like, "If you're talking about me, you better feed me." Adam's still around. In fact, I just fed Adam 2 days ago. Big old mouse, and he loved it. Bucky! George just pushed Mac underwater. Oh, Buck, here you go. All right, I've had a few people ask me about Chomper. Maybe if we can get by, maybe we'll go in, take a quick look at Chomper. Alligator poo. Elizabeth just did that for me. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Let's see. Here's Giggles. Giggles is hanging out by himself today. Giggles, are you hungry? You hungry? No? Okay, I'm not going to force feed you. You want some food? Okay. There you go, Pally. Here's Scar back here on this side again. Scar! Good boy. Scar, head up. Good boy. Good boy. Giggles, you want any more? Good boy. Yeah, all right. Oh, look who's coming to get me. We got Screech sneaking up. Screech sneaking up from behind. Head up, Screech. Oh, goodness. Screech, that's a rock. No, don't eat the rock. We got a rock and croc connection. Haha, get it? Okay. So my double cousin. I like that phrase. I don't even know if that's what we really are, but I'm using it. Double cousin asked, which ones are more aggressive, males or females? Usually, generally, the females tend to be more aggressive when it comes to alligators. But it's not always. It's not always the female. A lot depends on the time of year. Like right now we're getting into mating season. During mating season, alligators mate only 1 month a year. So, you know, if you have only 1 month to get everything out, you're going to be pretty aggressive. No pregnant alligators here. They tend not to produce eggs at this place. But, so I would say during mating season, the males are a little more aggressive. In fact, when I used to work at Gatorland, we kind of kept track of the bites. And most of the bites happen by the males during mating season. During nesting season, the females are definitely crazy aggressive. Alligators are super awesome moms. They will definitely protect their babies with their life. So, but generally, just if I've ever like had to try to catch a gator and afterwards I'm like, that gator was super mean. 90%, it's not always, it's just like with, it's kind of also like saying, with alligators, there's no real subjective thing. It's like saying who's meaner, a male human or a female human. Probably depends on who you talk to, on what answer you get. So same kind of thing with the gators, you know. Some males are meaner, some females are meaner. But usually I've found females to be a little more difficult to catch. That's me personally. I'm not saying that as like a scientific fact. That's just what I found. And yes, I call this gator Screech because I don't know if you can see or not. He has got like the world's biggest overbite. Like super giant. Come on, sit still. Hold. Let's show your overbite. He's got the biggest overbite in history. Like if he were a human, he would be like, ooh, like crazy giant overbite. And I remember when I first showed him to the employees, I'm like, look how giant that overbite is. And they're like, oh, he's like Screech. And then also, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, he's not the smartest alligator in here. Like often I'll see him chewing on rocks. I usually have the alligator, here you go, bud. Usually I'll have the alligators do something called oh, a little fight. Usually I'll have the alligators do something called alligator art, where I'll take paint on their back feet and put it on a piece of paper. In fact, coming soon, I will be selling that. So be on the lookout for Gator Crusader merchandise. And everyone else's alligator art looked really cool. You could actually see their paw print. You could see a piece of their tail. Screech's just look like a 2-year-old with no attention span did it. And it was just funny. Yeah, Harrison knows. He's, like I said, all alligators have different personalities. Some are smarter than others. Some are loners. Some like to fight. Some don't like to fight. You might get a head slap over here. Some aren't super smart. And Screech is just, he's not the smartest. Like right now he's eating dirt. And he's got that giant overbite. So, it's all right, 'cause we're saved by the bell. It's all right, 'cause Screech is saved by the bell. There you go, Screechy. There you go. Good boy. All right. Let's see. I got some hot dogs thawing out for Champa. Oh, I forgot. Not only did I bring my Thor hammer with me today, I also brought a football. I thought it would be fun to play football with the alligators. How do they know? How do you know they won't attack you? Are you asking, how do I know they won't attack me? Or how do the gators know I won't attack them? Yeah, like I said, I brought a football today. I was going to go out there and play football. Oh, frick no. You think Arvin would let me sleep here? No, he doesn't even like that I'm here to take care of the animals. but he does like that I'm doing it for free. How do I know that the alligators won't attack me? That's a good question. Hold on, I'm going to go get my wieners. So if you do want to see me play football with the alligators, you got to tune in next time. We can't do everything. We started off with a cool costume. Then we went to almost getting attacked. Then we did the Avengers. Hold on. Now, I did come to clean their pen, so don't look at the water. Just look at the alligators. Somebody asked to see the little baby gators. Oh, super cute. Yeah, you're right, Harrison. So if you are wondering, I only come out of quarantine just to feed the gators, clean their water, clean the pens, feed the snakes, clean the poo out of the tortoise pen, and then go home. It takes quite a few hours, several times a week, but they decided they did not want to pay me. So I'm doing this all on volunteer. So I did put a tip jar up in the description. If you don't have a job either, I don't want you to give anything. We're all in a hard time. But if you're doing okay, a little tip would be crazy appreciated. But this is for my buddy Harrison. This is his favorite guy in the whole world. Adam. There's Eve over there. Yeah, so, like I said, they basically they told me, we can't pay anybody to take care of the alligators. Reptiles can go a long time without eating. They'll probably be okay. And I'm like, no, screw that. I'm not going to let the alligators go weeks, maybe months without eating. And they're like, we're not going to pay you. And I'm like, that's okay. I'll take care of them just because I love them. So that's love. That's passion. But yes, I am not getting paid to be here. I come out here several times a week. And like I said, it's not just feeding the alligators. With it being mating season, there's a lot of fights. So I have to put medicine on the alligators, which you want to see something hard to do. Try putting medicine on an alligator. I also have to sometimes break up fights, have to clean the poo. I have to do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, can you tell how fat they are, Harrison? You can tell I've been feeding them. So I come out here for hours several times a week for $0 just out of love. It does sometimes get me mad because I'm like, man, I should get paid for working hard and what would happen, but I don't want to even get into it. This is going to be a positive broadcast, so we're not even going to think about it. We're just going to focus on the positive. But yes, I am doing this because I love alligators that much. I've been working with alligators 28 years. That is a long, long, long time. Yes, I'm not going to say anything, but Harrison, you can comment if you want about the owner caring more about money than the animals. I'm staying out of that, but the fact that they're not paying me to be here kind of says what we need to know. But I know Harrison loves Adam. Can you tell how chubby he is? I've been feeding him really well. I don't know if he could come with you or not, Harrison. Who knows? I will say this, every man has a price. So if you wanted to buy him, who the frig knows? I don't know. But yeah, Harrison used to work here. He loved this snake. You can see I've got some yummy food set out. I'm going to chop that up in a few minutes to feed. Oh, that is not... That comment does not come from me, but I'm not going to violently disagree with it either. I'm going to pretend like I didn't see that comment. All right, I am getting a quick drink, everybody. So I know this is a boring thing to look at, but hey, it's something to look at while I got to take a quick break. Take a drink, talk amongst yourselves, give yourselves a topic. Let's give a good topic. Some people like Avengers Infinity War. better than Endgame? Discuss amongst yourselves what you like better, and I'm going to take a 1-minute break. Technically, oh, he drank too fast. Golly. I was trying to drink really fast, and now it went down the wrong pipe. Well, Harrison, technically, I don't work here anymore either. I know, Jeremy. If you watched Infinity War, it looked like they were setting up for something cool to happen with Hulk. And then all of a sudden, Endgame, the whole problem had been resolved, which was kind of weird. I agree. All right. My battery is getting low, so I'm going to try to grab some hot dogs real quick. Oh, you're getting behind a Shane's peak. And everything. I haven't died yet, Harrison. I tried drinking really fast. And just, because I'm like, I don't want to have a boring Facebook. I want to make it exciting. Ooh, and I just drank way too quick. I'm getting too old for that. Okay, let's see how my wieners are looking. Still a little frozen. But, Chomper, I cannot make any comments. It honestly is looking a lot worse because truly for the last month, nobody's been here but me and I only come to feed the animals. It's not like, I water the plants and clean the bathrooms and... Spider-Man Far From Home. I love that. How many times did I see that in the theater? I saw that in the theater 5 or 6 times. It was awesome. I loved it. All right, I'm going to Chomper. There's my cool crocodile truck. 3. Okay, so yeah, that was awesome. We were talking about Far From Home earlier. I just thought that movie was so good. And Katie asked earlier, while we're taking the long walk to Chomper, I'll feed you guys in just a second, all right? Don't worry. I'll take care of you. Every time I walk by them, they're like, come on, man, feed me. So I've got to tell them, don't worry. I'm coming. Good night. So the reason they don't attack, they could. A lot of it is I watch their body language. You know how, like, with people, we know how to read human body language relatively well. Like, if you see a guy walking down the street and he's just skipping with a big smile, you're not too concerned. But if you see a guy walking down the street and he's talking to himself and he's like, oh, I can't believe she said that about me. This is so ridiculous. I did not hit her. I did not. Something like that. To make a big circle around them. I've learned to kind of read the alligator body language. So I know who's seeming kind of happy, who's seeming kind of grumpy, who I can get close to, who I should stay away from. Plus, I work a lot with training these gators. Remember, I've taught them all kinds of things. I've taught them their name. Oh, Loki. Loki might have to go on the next one just because my battery is about out. Plus, I got to give you something to look forward to. Oh, we got Mr. Conrad. My old science teacher from high school is watching. That's a good one. Part of the reason I like alligators so much is my old science teacher got me really interested in them. In fact, I don't know if he remembers this or not, we had a field trip where he walked us through the woods, and afterwards, he kind of got in a little trouble because they were like, those are kids you have walking through the woods. Those woods are known to have lakes with alligators and rattlesnakes. But we thought it was cool. And he was one of the best wrestling coaches ever. Probably the best. Although he hated... Yes, not only do I do professional wrestling, but in high school I did amateur wrestling, and he absolutely hated when I would do a Hulk Hogan pose after a victory. But fortunately, I did not win hardly ever, so he didn't have to worry about that very often. This is Chomper. This is who everybody's been waiting for. Chomper, it does not come out on video how huge Chomper really is. He is almost 12 feet long. Mr. Conrad from Northside. It says Steve Conrad is watching. Hey, buddy, head up. Head up. Good boy. Good boy. Good job. So, like I said, this is Chomper. If you watched my last live stream, I told you a little bit more about Chomper. Chomper is not only a gigantic, huge, nearly 12-foot long alligator. There, we got us both in the screen. Look how handsome he looks. Not only is he a huge alligator, but he's actually killed 17 other alligators. So if this were a human, he would be like a crazy psycho serial killer. So we're not just looking at a dinosaur. We're looking at a killer dinosaur. Chomper, head up. Head up. Good boy. You see how big his teeth are? Hey, I appreciate anything and everything. Truly, truly. I cannot thank you enough. Honestly, the words thank you don't even do justice. Like I said, truly from the bottom of my heart, a sincere thank you to anyone who gave anything. I don't even care if it's 50 cents. That's part of my gas in getting here. So truly, thank you for everything. I should be socially distancing, but I love this guy. Chomper, do we know about social distance? I'm not sure how well the pop of his jaws are coming out on the camera. Because like I said, I'm kind of going through my earpiece. Chomp, head up, big smile, big smile. Holy crap, he's about to eat the camera. I'm just trying to show you how handsome he is. Because like I said, I know a lot of you people have been watching for a long time, and I kind of teased and promised we'd show you the big alligator. Harrison has been like begging for it. Kate has been begging for it. So there we go. Chomper, head up. Sometimes he likes it when I pet him, sometimes he doesn't. Are you my good boy? Who's my handsome fella? Oh, you like that today. He likes when I clean the gunk off his face. He's like, oh, Dad's taking care of me. Good boy. You know I love you. Good boy. Now, this alligator's also cuckoo picky. You would think a giant dinosaur-sized gator. Well, thanks, Kate. I appreciate that. I've been trying to go live as much as I can, but I don't know. With all this social distancing and quarantine, part of it is me trying not to go personally insane. All right, but like I said, Chomper, you would think a giant dinosaur-sized gator would not be a picky eater. But I have to take his little biscuits, and if you saw, get them wet first. He won't eat them dry. He'll only eat them wet. And I always think to myself, how in the freaking world did you get to be so giant and so big by being picky? All right, you want another hot dog, handsome boy? Chomp, head up. I also like to try to make him move a little bit. If you notice, he has a super big belly. It's hard to get him to exercise. Chomp, can you come here? Chomp, come here. So I try to make him move a little bit, even if he's just moving his head. Chompy here. Head up. Head up. Up. You can do better than that. There you go. Up. Good boy. You can see his jaw is so big, he could literally rip my head off and swallow my head whole. Which, you're not going to see that one today on Facebook Live. We'd have to make a little bit more money for that trick. Right, Chompy? Right, Chomper? He's looking handsome, though. He has been letting me clean the gunk off his back. But he's in a weird position today. Chomper! Can you say hi to everybody watching? Can you say thank you to everybody who's watching you today? Hopefully we put a smile on your face. Ah, very interesting. So you don't like your Facebook to add you? I mean your coworkers. Yeah. Outside of Harrison, not that many people know my Facebook info either. Katie, how's my family? They're all okay. My mom just had her husband, my stepdad, pass away in January. So she's pretty broken up about that. So if you want to find her on Facebook and tell her you're sorry or something, she always loves... Oh, take a look at his eyes. Alligator's eyes bubble sometimes. I'm going to try to get the camera close. Look at that cool bubbling eyes. Yeah, so my mom's pretty upset, and the thing is, for the last month or two, my sister or I would try to go to her house at least once a week, spend the night with her, you know, give her hugs, do something fun. But now that there's quarantine, she's super upset, super depressed, super sad, because her, Jen and I would go to her house and try to take care of her. Wendy does not like Jennifer or myself, won't talk to us. If we ever even try to say hello, she screams obscenities at us. So can't tell you much about Wendy. She's doing her own thing. But Jen and I try to take care of my mom. But now that we're in quarantine, we can't go see her. Because she's, you know, in her mid-60s, so she's like, nobody come see me. But at the same time, she's dying for a hug. Yeah, my phone is dying too. See you later, Harrison. Love you, bud. All right, so with my phone just about out, I kind of wish I would have ended on a happier story, but Katie asked how my mom's doing. So yeah, find Gail Barrett on Facebook and let her know that you're thinking of her. So once again, thank you everybody for watching. We had some weird times on this. You got to see me in costume. Hopefully if any kids are watching, thanks kids for watching. Be sure to ask questions and stuff. I'll try to answer them for you. You can even find me on Messenger and ask me questions. I'll try to answer them in the next live stream. So once again... Oh, yeah, so you really can't see him way out in Spain. Oh, right. If Harrison's family is still watching, hello, Harrison's mom and dad. He says good things about you all the time. Oh, Chompy almost got me this time. Okay, so once again, I hope you are enjoying this. As always, go to YouTube, look for the Gator Crusader. If your kid's out there watching, go to Messenger, ask questions. Will I survive? Will I get out of Chomper's pen in one piece? The only way to know for sure is to watch next time. So remember, alligators are awesome, and we'll see you later, Gator Crusaders. Oh, Chompy, don't eat.